Hi guys, my name is Jen Adams. We are still moving along in this study of The Rest of God by Mark Buchanan. It's restoring your soul by restoring Sabbath. And today we're going to talk about keeping busy versus paying attention. So let's get into it. So the Chinese joined two pictographs together to create the word for busy, heart and killing. Now, isn't that a bit profound? The heart is the place that busyness takes the most toll. So how busy is too busy? One measure for whether or not we are rested enough is to ask ourselves, how much do I still care about the things I care about? When we lose our concern for people, for the lost and found, for the bride of Christ, for friendships, for truth and beauty and goodness, when we cease to laugh when our children laugh, or weep when our spouses weep, when we hear of trouble among our neighbors and our first thought is, gee, I hope they don't involve me, that's a signal that we're too busy. We've let ourselves become consumed by things that feed our ego, but starve the soul. Busyness kills the heart. Now, some facets of God we only get by being in motion. Only if we stretch our hands to offer water to the thirsty do we discover Jesus disguised among them. Only those who trudge up a mountain, willing to get blistered and weary, discover Christ's transfiguration. Only those who invite the stranger to share bread realize they've entertained angels, and sometimes Christ himself. Often God does meet us along the way as we go. He waits to see who will step out before he joins us, woos us over, intercepts, or redirects. But then there are other facets of God we only discover through stillness. Be still, the Psalms instruct, and know that I am God. Only those who wait on the Lord renew their strength. Only those who are quiet and watchful find God's mercies new every morning. Only those who join him in love for the contrite and the broken in spirit recognize him in the least of these. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. Psalm 23. If we don't choose to lie down, sometimes God makes us. I have done that a time or two, refused to sleep so long or worked so constant that my health broke. But sometimes that's what it takes. He makes us lie down, and then we taste that he is good. I just recently talked about this with someone. Sometimes our bodies break down and we say, I know God is trying to get my attention. He must want me to do something. But maybe he doesn't want your attention to do something. Maybe he just wants your attention. God and Jesus make this appearance all over the Bible. The people who should have noticed him, who should have been paying attention, the priests, the teachers, the lawyers, apostles, typically missed it, while the least deserving, like shepherds and children and prostitutes and beggars, are the ones who grasp it immediately. Maybe that's what God requires most of us: attention. That's the essence of a Sabbath heart again, paying attention. It means being fully present, wholly awake in each moment. We have to learn to inhabit our own existence, to gain discovery and revelation out of the simplest of things. We should pay attention to the in and out of our breathing, the coolness of tile on our bare feet, the way the wind sculpts the clouds into figures and shapes. True attentiveness burns away those layers of indifference and distraction, and our renewed attitudes will reveal what is underneath, the staggering variety and richness, the surprise of every little thing. Sabbath invites us to stop, to rest, but also to look around. There is enough time to open our eyes and look again, to learn again Jesus' command to watch and pray. We can live with wonder and curiosity and hunger. We can relish the mysteries and the simplicities of living, things that most of us have become familiar with to the point of invisibility. Notice the cracks in the sidewalks. the rubbery grooves of a dog's nose, the iridescent colors on the back of a beetle. See how the world tries to grow and maneuver around our man-made things. Rediscover it. An example in the book was this man said that he took a vacation over the summer and he made it as far as halfway through his backyard. It's the simplest thing to pay attention, but it is also easily neglected. What if God asked you to write a poem? What if you studied something simple for a long time and then had to make sense of it in words? Look at the sun falling through the window or tattered edges of your couch cushion. Think about the first time you brought it home or the way that it clashed with the colors of paint on your walls. Or look at the intricate folds of somebody's ear, the way light bleeds through the thin flesh, the way your wrist bends, the way the skin edges fold. Pay attention and try to write it out. Take some time to gaze outside and see the way the wind whirls around the leaves, or watch the darkness slowly sifting into the driveway or across the backyard. See it all, and then, like Adam, name it. Then resolve to live this way more often. Don't miss what God has to show you in the stillness. There is no one day over any other day where we can pay attention. Every time, every moment is a good time because God is constantly moving and speaking. And if we aren't seeking to pay attention moment by moment, we may miss him. It happened a lot. And we might see that today with people who are so locked into their emails and their phones that they're barely in their own living rooms. They're barely with their families. Maybe we know people like that who are half listening most of the time, and they're missing all of this around them. Versus people who we know who are constantly listening and seeing God in the little things, hearing his whispers, built seemingly in this relationship that is so locked in with him. That can become our everyday. But our Sabbath is definitely a good time to practice, to sanctify that time by setting it aside and looking. And that's all I have for this week. So I hope you guys stay safe and stay blessed, and I'll see you on the next one.